Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Buy Round, where we interview various Counter-Strike Global Offensive professional players. With me today we have Hedje Botnan, is that correct?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, how do you say it?
Hedje Botnan.
Botnan, okay. And Aurora Lyngdal, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, both represent LGB esports. I want to first mention what Buy Round will entail in future episodes. We're focusing on interviewing professional Counter-Strike Global Offensive players. However, the first few episodes will definitely be with professional gamers playing in the female scene, trying to get their opinions on the entire scene in general. Also, to promote the scene as it is bustling and full of potential as of late. We've seen Intel get involved, now we see teams sprouting up everywhere. So I'm very happy that I have two members from LGB who are very active in promoting the Counter-Strike Global Offensive scene.
Yes. Hey Max, nice to meet you. And thank you for having the interview with us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here. Okay, so I want to ask you how you first got interested in the game. As I've already told you, males, when they get into Counter-Strike or any other game for that instance, it's usually from school with friends. So I want to hear, how you got interested in the game. Is it different? Is it the same? What are your thoughts?
Well, personally, I started playing video games at an early age. It was Super Nintendo and stuff like that. But when I first got introduced to CS, it was 1.6, and it was friends from school, like most people. They showed me, but I didn't really get into it until I got injured during a very important soccer game. One of my friends lived right next to the soccer field, and we basically just carried me off the field down in the basement in front of the computer, just so I could get outlet, because I was not very happy that I got injured.
Yeah.
And this knee injury thing, that's something we all share in the team. It's hilarious. Everyone has their own story of a knee injury, and starting to play video games and CS after that.
So
it's a good outlet for the competitiveness.
So Aurora, is
Yes.
Did Hedje just answer your question? Your answer as well?
No, not really. Or I was playing soccer as well, and my knee got injured. But we had a local club in my hometown, and we went there every Wednesday and Friday. And they had Source on the computers there because it was 20 computers you could play on or do whatever, Facebook, Netby, things like that. And they had this game Counter-Strike Source. And I tried it, and it felt like I was so competitive. I wanted to win because it was mostly my male friends who was playing. So I was like, yeah, but I want to beat them. I want to be 10 times better than them.
Yeah.
So that's when I first met it, and after that I just I found it funny. My mom bought me Steam and Counter-Strike Source, and then it just went up from there.
So how old were you two when you first started playing?
It was in 2010, so 5 years ago.
Nice. Okay, so you've been playing for quite some time.
Hedje have been playing a little longer than me.
Right?
Yeah.
I mentioned 1.6. Okay, so I want to ask about how your team formed. I have written down how LGB was formed, but I'm thinking of LGB as in your 5 players that are playing together right now. So how was your team formed? And then please also explain the process, since LGB is sponsored, or LGB is sponsored by Intel Gaming, or your 5 is sponsored by Intel Gaming. So why don't you explain the process?
Okay, it was Copenhagen Games 2013. I went with my lineup BX3. We were actually one Norwegian girl as well on my team, but she has stopped playing now. But I met my teammate Hayes for the first time. Hayes and Cassidy, they're both from 1.6 and friends of Hedje. So when we were there, I was like, yeah, but I want to have a Norwegian female team. I want to be Team Norway, or we represent Norway together.
Right.
But then me and Hanne got to talk, I was like, yeah, but can't we just figure out something when I come home? we came home. Hanne knew Hedje. Hedje liked Cass. We were fitting good with each other. And then we had like this last player who called Hellrose. She's from Bulgaria. It was very hard to find like a last Norwegian player at that time. It wasn't that many playing. We didn't went to any events. We just stayed at home and we found Matti. Or I met Matti Copenhagen Games as well, but she was playing in another team and she didn't want to leave it because she really enjoyed her team.
We went to ESWC at Norway.
Yeah, Team Norway.
Yeah, Matti was there for a UK team.
Yes.
Kind of poached her.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and then when we came home from USWC 2013, I asked Matti 10 times at least, can you please play with us? We want to have you in our team. After some months, she decided to join us. So we played with Hellrose from a longer period because Cassidy went out. She stopped playing Counter-Strike.
Right.
And then Hanne took a break, Hayes. We took Jenny in. She is Finnish but lives in Denmark and talks Swedish. It's kind of weird actually. And we found LKS online. She was playing in 2 former female teams before, and we met her at Copenhagen Games. But we found out, we want a Swede or a Norwegian so we can talk our normal language to each other. She was interested.
Copenhagen Games. Everything happens at Copenhagen
Yes. She wanted to play with us. We formed a team. Hanne decided, I want to come back. I miss computer games. It's boring without it, so then it was kind of easy to bring her back in because she has been our friend and a teammate for a really long time. So that's how our lineup is now and how it happened, basically. It's just been to many events, met each other, talked together, then figured out stuff together. So
cool.
How we ended up in LGB was that we were searching for an organization and we just threw out a tweet asking, does anyone know anyone who wants to have a hard-working female team? And the response we got was just it was crazy. And
so you had positive responses.
Yes.
Very much. Yeah, there was a lot of organizations who was interested. So we took a long hard. We took some time to think about it, and then Intel was coming forward as well.
So how did that work out?
It wasn't through the tweets. It was we got contact through Aurora's boyfriend's team, Dignitas, and it just ended up with us having the backing of Per Lillefelt, who currently worked at NIP. He's now ours completely, which we think is awesome.
Yes.
And so we felt that we were very lucky to have that opportunity.
Okay, great. What does LGB stand for? Since I watched an interview, I was doing some research for this, and someone asked you this question, and the answer was this big word I couldn't understand. So what does it stand for, and could you translate it into English?
Yeah, it's actually translated already. But our name is Let the Game Begin.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so it's Let the Game Begin esports.
All right. Okay, I heard something completely different. Well, okay, that's my bad. I was also looking through your posts on Twitter from while I was going through research, and it seems like you guys are very lighthearted, and it's the same that I see right now, and that our viewers are probably seeing, and while I talked to you guys before this interview, would you say that's true? And how do you make events fun for yourselves when events are very grinding and they're not always as fun as people might think? So how do you make events fun for yourself? And
we love to have fun, and for us, going to events is the most fun thing we can do, because we get to meet up, we get to meet fans, we get to play together at LAN. When we're at events, we like goof around and do silly stuff, and when it comes to the game, we always have fun playing it. Maybe not so much if we lose, but for the most part, we have so much fun. And I think the most fun we have is when we are meeting fans. when you see them and sign stuff and take pictures. It's just nice to see that we are appreciated and that people support us.
Aurora, do you have anything to add, or does that?
That's how it is. We love to go to events and love to meet new people, and Counter-Strike is like so big and it's so many people, so we just love to travel and meet people from all around the world.
So on the topic of past interviews, a lot of them have touched on gender equality in gaming, since it is an issue, which is, there's no doubt about that. But I want to clarify something, because I chose to interview you guys first because you guys are one of the biggest advocates that I've found interviews on that have talked about gender equality in gaming, which might sound obvious to our viewers, but you guys are, you guys have the most inspiring interviews and arguments for why, which really convinced me even personally. So that's why it's awesome to have you guys here. I want to ask you for this reason, this question. What's the biggest problem right now regarding gender equality from a female gamer's perspective?
Okay, first of all, I think I want to thank you for noticing and for giving us a recognition that we try, we do our best, and we would love to see more women in esports and in the tech industry in general. The biggest problem right now is that there isn't enough funding behind female gaming for teams to do this as a full-time job. We believe that if more tech companies such as Intel could understand that gaming is also a great way to attract more women towards education and technology, such as engineering and IT, because that's how I got interested in computers and science, and there's a lot of female players who has a tech job. It could be designing websites, engineering, and stuff like that. And if they understand that there's actually a big connection between the two of them, I think they could be more interested in supporting it with funding. And I think more women and more girls would follow if they could see that it's actually a possibility to make this into their livelihood. There was the cutest girl when we were at the DreamHack Cluj, and she was just maybe 13, 14, and I asked her, we were signing some t-shirt for her, and I asked her, would you like to be a professional player one day? And her face just lit up, and she was like, yes, that's my dream. And I think we need more girls like that.
Yeah, that sounds amazing, actually.
It was.
But having said that, with all the problems, would you say the scene has grown when we're talking about the female scene in particular, or has it remained the same, or what would you?
The female scene has grown a lot these last couple of 2 years, maybe. It's like you can see now we have like a female Facebook page. I think we have over 48 female teams in there right now from all around the world.
Go female, right?
No, we have like a private one for only the female players. Yes. And there you can see we have a lot of teams, but I think most of the teams doesn't have an organization backing them up, so they can't do the same as we do. But they are out there. They're just not yet where we are with the traveling and support.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed e-frag.net is covering the Playing Ducks female masters, and the qualifiers, I mean, there was a ton of teams. I mean, a huge amount of teams in that qualifier. It was amazing to look at. Okay, so you think the female scene is growing?
Yes,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no doubt that actually there's statistics showing that there's more middle-aged women playing than teenagers. But they play on mobile games, and I think if we could get more females to play PC games, console games, that you could see that it's actually pretty equal. And it's kind of a pity that that the gaming companies, that they often just when they advertise, that they target a certain audience. They're missing out on 50% of the population when they're doing it.
Yeah.
So I think they also have a big part to play.
Yeah, and that's interesting you say that, because today I think collegehumor.com, I don't know if you saw this video, released a video on female gaming and marketing towards females.
Adam ruins everything. I saw it and I tweeted it. It was so fun. It was like, that's totally true.
So I'll put that video in the YouTube description, because I think everyone should watch it. It's just basically, I want to say that it talks about how at the very beginning in gaming, gaming was marketed as a family thing, and towards women, older people, younger people, everyone. And Nintendo was forced basically to market it towards boys when they moved their console to the toy section.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's interesting. You mentioned marketing. So you think that games should be probably marketed more heavily towards women and girls, because it's not just gender; it's also age, right?
Yeah, it's both, and there's no like age limit on gaming.
Exactly.
We see on Twitch there's grandmothers playing.
Yeah.
It's like everyone can play video games. Exactly. Everyone can play on PC games. There's no barrier there. There's no law saying that girls or women can't play. It's just the advertisements are often directed a certain way.
Okay. I want to go into at one of your events, you had an interview where you stated you were finally able to practice against, I think it was LDLC or something like that. Have you grown as a team from practicing against, the LDLC teams, and have you continued practicing with, maybe other teams from the male side of Counter-Strike?
Yeah, the thing is, the top male teams, they have their own group.
Yeah.
That when they're searching prac, and we are on the group where the second best teams are.
Okay.
So we can, if they want to play us, we will play them. We will play, if the best male teams wanted to play us, we will absolutely play them, because we are learning a lot from playing against people who's better than yourself. But at the moment we are playing as the second top tier teams, and it's working good out for us. Like we can see in our game we're improving a lot. So it's very good for us to be able to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, just bring it.
Are you calling them out? Shots fired?
Yeah. Turning up the heat.
So, speaking of shots fired, do you have any rivals, Counter-Strike teams, male or female?
No.
No rivals?
We don't really have any rival teams. I think we understand that to make female esport and to make gaming for girls grow, we have to work together. The female community has to work together to make that happen. And when we are cooperating, then we can make it bigger. So we don't really see any teams as our those guys. No, we don't like those guys. No, we don't have that.
Okay. And what are your upcoming events for the future? We talked about this before the broadcast started, but
yeah, we are going to play the Playing Ducks Masters Finals in Munich in December, 18 to 20 December. Yes, that's the only event we have planned. That's the last event for this year.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to plan for the next year, right? I mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you planning on attending more events in the future? Like, what are your plans with LGB Intel? I mean, we just talked about Playing Ducks, but I mean, maybe not 100% confirmed, but what's your...
We hope to keep going to the DreamHacks and play the BioC, and even though play at the Intel stand. That's the plans for now. Just keep on going to the DreamHacks, keep on practicing at events, and I think that's it for now. DreamHack is the first priority, and then we have to see what happens.
So why DreamHack?
DreamHack is that's the biggest event in CSGO, That's, if you say DreamHack, everyone knows what DreamHack is.
Yeah.
It's been there for a really long time. So I don't know. It's just been DreamHack for us. That's the one with most events as well. So.
What are your predictions for Playing Ducks?
Predictions? We're gonna win it.
We're gonna win it?
Yeah, we're gonna win it.
So should I already type up the news that?
Yeah, you could probably just
LGB
do
takes
that.
Playing Ducks title.
Yes.
Well, how seriously are you focusing on the event? Is it your top priority right now, or is it just another event?
No, that's the top priority. It is for sure.
So how do you prepare for an event like that?
Now we are like going through all the maps. We're going by maps one by one, because we're playing all the maps. Who is in the map pool? So we're like trying to just figure out everything that has to be working on the maps, and work on the things that has to be worked on, and fix small mistakes, and just go through all the maps and then practice all the maps like these upcoming days.
How often do you practice?
5 times a week.
5 times a week.
At least.
And do you play?
And then the last 2 days we usually play anyway, just individually.
So we're talking about a serious level of dedication. I mean.
Yeah, of course. If you want to be the best, you have to play a lot.
So speaking of being the best, what's your goal? I mean, maybe I don't know how to put this. Maybe what's your goal for?
Overall goal?
6 months. What's your goal for a year?
6 months. First, we have to be the best female team. And then we have to be the best team in the world.
So your goal is to be the best team in the world?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the dream maybe is to be the first female team at the major.
And win it.
Win it.
Yeah, we have to win it as well.
When we're gone that far, we might as well just take home the
trophy.
The trophy, the title.
Do you think it's possible?
Everything is possible.
But talking about, how much would you need to practice with your current practice regimen, will it happen?
It will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very excited for that.
We are as well.
that would be one of the most amazing things, to be honest, to witness. Who are your role models? I mean, you guys are obviously very inspirational, probably, not only to me, but to other gamers. Who are your role models? I mean, where do you get this from?
My role model must be my grandmother, because she has always been so supportive with the Counter-Strike. Even though I had like hard choices with, okay, should I go to school this year or should I take 1 more year and then focus on my game? She was like, follow your dream, because your dream is only there one time, She is so supportive, and that's why she's my role model. She helps me, and she is so supportive in every kind of way.
I think we have a great role model at Intel, Anna. She's our main contact there, and she's working for Intel. She's doing so much good work for them and for us. And I think the way she just this girl, she's just amazing. She is truly a great role model.
Awesome. Okay. Are there any final words you would like to say regarding anything, to be honest? Do you want to call some male teams out? And
all of them.
Flusha. Just Flusha. Yep. Yeah, we can say thank you to all our sponsors for sponsoring us, and the biggest thanks go to Pair and RGB and Intel for being there for us all the time.
You're not going to ask.
And thank you to our fans.
Yeah, of course. Fans. Hello, fans. Hello.
So I want to add for myself, you can follow all of us on Twitter, and you can follow them on Facebook. You can't follow me, but you can follow e-frag.net if you want to. Again, thank you so much for doing this interview. Best of luck at Playing Ducks, since that's your next event. And I'll be working on the news as soon as I finish editing this video about how you won your event at Playing Ducks.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, thanks.
It's been a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank
you. Bye.
Bye.